So after hii revolution ya Gen Z hapa Kenya, I think the next one should go to these higher learning institutions. Hizi mayuni, makole, campuses, hizi ma-TTI, because something is so wrong. Something is absolutely wrong with these institutions, especially when it comes to students' rights. I think we should abolish this system where institutions craft their own set of rules. Mara kuna suspension ya sijui how many years, mara kuna hii expulsion, sijui how many academic years. Yeah, you know, it is so bad. This institution do not allow students to challenge them. In their clamor for, wanasema they are nurturing leaders of tomorrow. You realize that it is apparently, you realize that there is nothing like nurturing leaders of tomorrow. We just have students who have been boxed into a corner or deliberately silenced. You silence students, you box them into a corner, you threaten them with suspension and expulsion. Na unajua tu manze, students ka ushamwambia that, you know, if you continue this way, hautapata hata hiyo degree ama diploma unataka. Yeah, you see such statement. There is nothing as at breaking as a statement that will suspend you or will expel you from this institution. Utaanza aje? So students are being deliberately silenced in these institutions of higher learning. It is like they are operating with a different set of rules that even the constitution of the land, I think, even do not agree to, because kwa every article unasema University Declaration Act that the rules of these institutions pledge allegiance to the rule of the law of the land, which is sometimes not even the case. So the students have been outvoiced and outnumbered in an institution where their voices should vet all the other voices. Like, their voices should be very paramount. They should always have a say in whatever happens in that institution, how it is being run. And I think that is very important. It's a conversation that we should have as a country. Suspending a student for an academic year, a couple of academic years, or more than that, yeah, you know, they can seem like numbers, but that is someone's future you are toiling and playing around with. Yeah, you know, students work so hard, yeah, the toiling and moiling to get to where they are, then boom, because of a little disagreement, because of something that they don't accept, they find themselves on the streets, starting from nowhere again. You know, this Generation Z, they are now introduced into the working spaces, and recent graduates and universities are now registering. Those who are joining campuses are Generation Z, and those who are ongoing learning, those are also Gen Zs. Apparently, in one way or the other, basically they'll challenge how you do things. They're not like millennials who are quiet, that wamalize shule, bora wakuwe na certificates. These people will question how you run things around. If they're not happy, they're not happy. They'll tell you they're not happy. If they don't like how you are running the institution, they'll just approach you and tell you that they're not happy with the way things are, and one or two should be changed. You know, for example, there is this department in universities, yeah? Hii department inaitwa Department of Finance. The Department of Finance behaves as if they're the Central Bank of Kenya. Ni kama hao ndio wanapea Central Bank of Kenya loan. They're very arrogant, wanakujibu venye unataka, and the school is basically, apart from government funding yenye hata iko, you are paying so much to be in that institution. You know, it is not just right. It is not just right. I think we need to have this conversation as a country now. So many lives have been ruined by these institutions. You know, institutions just behave like the government of Kenya. They are very deaf. They don't hear anything. It's like they are also blind. They don't see what is happening. So I wonder sometimes, like hii gava inasema sijui mara sponsored demonstration, but the things are bad. People are rising out of their own free will. So I think it is time we have this conversation. After hii gava imeisha, we go back to institutions and question how these things are being run. I think that's what we can do as a generation now. Viva.